Hi everyone, Aldbar here. This is my solo walkthrough and guide to the level 10 heroic quest, Hiding in Plain Sight, on the elite difficulty. Enjoy. Hi everyone, Warjack here. Picking up this quest, you must go first into the tavern in the harbor. The Wayward Lobster. Over here next to the bar, you'll find this quest giver. He's going to send you back to a location that you previously visited if you did the Broad retrain. Chain. You're going to talk to him and ask about the Twilight Forge. And the last time we were in this quest, we had to protect the crate. So we're going to be stepping into the same warehouse, so to speak.
You hear furtive whispering from the far end of the warehouse. Boot tracks lead to this wall and then stop abruptly.
Okay. If you want to go for all of the breakables in this quest, you're going to have to come back and do the breakables in this room. This is part of the quest. And nobody ever does this, but again, because this is a solo walkthrough and guide, then we're going for the completionist view of it. So, here we go. Yeah. Hopefully I'll save some time by bringing this Sonic Blast Wand and making quick work of it. I don't know exactly how many breakables you need to do for this quest, but again, if you want all of them, you're gonna have to break everything in this room also. I like going like for the outer perimeter and then doing the inner perimeter, as if there's like two different circles. I think I've got everything. One quick check. Oh, missed one. Yeah, I really hope I got everything. Would have been smart to check exactly how many breakables you wore and then check the log, but I didn't, so too bad. You've got a really mean trap. It's a trap where you can disable it by standing inside of the other trap, or you can cross through it. Now, there's a trap right after this. And basically both, you have to go through one of the traps to get the other one. Luckily, if you go very carefully, you can get this trap, then avoid the spike trap. Pass through this trap, the one who's on the wall, and disable the spike trap on the other side. There you go. Now I've disabled both of the traps. Here's the guy we saw before running ahead, and he turns on this switch over here. I mean, it's just a scripted event, but he's supposed to supposedly turn on the warning signal and tell everybody that we're coming. Yeah, so this quest is a mishmash of other quests we've already done, connected with different set pieces. And once we get down to this section, the breakables over here are part of a quest objective. Break them to smash Azrael's shipments. So it has separate XP, not just breakable XP. Some of these crates and stuff, you'll need to be able to use it like a ranged weapon or something, or they won't break because they're like half in the water and the hit detection is kind of wonky. So if you're going for all breakables, you're going to need a ranged weapon. This sewer is littered with a whole bunch of traps that randomly spawn, sometimes in different locations, so you gotta be on your guard. I mean, even if you just did it before and you think you know where all the traps are, you don't. and there'll be new traps and new locations, and traps that were in previous locations were no longer there, so just keep that in mind. In preparing for this quest, I ran it a few times and I found a whole bunch of traps in different locations. Yeah, I'll be adding them in at the end of the video as a few different separate clips just from those runs. So anybody who wants to stick around to the end will be able to see like different locations with traps that weren't in this specific run. So yeah. Okay. We've got the secret door over here. Contains a huge amount of the breakables for the objective, and a chest, and a whole bunch of mobs. So it may not be a good idea to rush this room. There's a lot of caches in here, so you may want to like dry them out. One of the big problems is that a lot of these breakables are exploding, whatever the explosive, sorry. And if you are pure melee, you end up blowing yourself up. So maybe again, bring a ranged weapon. Here we go, chest. Yeah, get back on track. Again, here's another trap that could randomly spawn. Happy to spawn in this particular instance, but not always here. Yeah, this is another trap that doesn't always spawn here. It's very annoying when you have to fight all the monsters in the water, so try to get on the side. If you're in the water, you can't attack them. So. For some reason, though, they can attack you. It's only you can't attack them while standing in the water. I don't know. Doesn't seem kind of fair. This trap is fixed. Okay, here we're going to be connecting to a part of a quest that you've already done probably in the harbor.
Rogue agents in the aura block your progress. Really? With the blockade broken, you are free to proceed into the sewers.
Here we go. If you need to, this is the only shrine in this quest. Also, if you haven't already, please hit like and subscribe. Yeah, so this quest is something you've already done probably in the harbor, where you have to, in this part over here, you're running after a guy who has a container, so to speak, and he's running down. And you fight these iron defenders at the end. Also, the trap over here is one of those traps that sometimes spawns, sometimes doesn't. I believe that this trap over here is a combination of poison and acid together. Two of them are poison, two of them are acid. Yeah, so if any of these parts of these quests seem familiar, it's because you probably played them already. do the quest. Nobody goes up here because, well, nothing here.
These sewers run underneath Osgood's home in the harbor.
Yeah, you got the 2 ladders over here to climb up, and the way's gonna be blocked. There's valves though, so we're gonna go up, get the valves, come back down. Yada yada. You know this already.
You hear the grind and clatter of machinery from below and to the west. It sounds like something heavy is being ratcheted into place.
Yeah, one of those just opened up the gate for collectible, the other one's for the valve.
You hear the rasp of stone against stone from somewhere above, as if a massive barrier is moving aside.
What I'm doing right now, by the way, is an optional. You don't have to do this, but again, for the sake of completion, we're gonna do everything. Basically, we're backtracking through this quest. Right now, this would be the way you would do the one in the harbor, and this is where you would end. This would be the final room. Going out through that door, and there would be like a chest over here on the table, and you'd pick it up and end the quest. Okay. I'm using my select next and going through and checking out all this stuff. So I'm looking for something else. So yeah, they still have the mechanics from the original quest, moving the secret door. Okay, so I guess we backtrack now. And now we're going backwards up this path. There's this path. Again, there's traps, potential traps here in all these places. If you've been doing all the hazard or breakables, by the time you get here, you should be basically finished. He's one of those rare cases where you see some infighting in DDO. Even the NPC mobs, or even the mobs in the DDO can't stand deuces. You know what I'm talking about? Trying to hit these things in melee? Very hard. There we go. I mean, it's only like 500 XP, but whatever. There's another one of those hallways that nobody ever goes down while doing the regular quest. I think there's a collectible there at the end of the passageway on the regular quest. Yeah, and this is one ladder that nobody ever climbs up in the normal quest. Because you jump down.
Water from above makes the ladder slippery and difficult to climb. No sign of Osgood. Either he's working with Hazardill's smugglers or they drove him out of town. agents of the Aurum are overseeing Hazardil's crew. But for what purpose?
Killing the Aurum officials is part of the optional objectives you can do for this quest, so coming all the way to this end room is usually where you find one of them. Sometimes there's notes that you can pick up, and they're someplace in the quest. And yeah, well, keep an eye out for them because they might be in one of these end next to the Aurum. Wherever the Aurum agents are, there might be some notes over there. Yeah, again, this is the normal quest mechanics left, and we'd come down over here and open that up. Just checking, there's nothing here. Yeah, the normal quest, you'd come down over here and there's an ooze. I believe that was the ooze that what's it called? Those monsters were killing. Typically, you would go down over here, and now we're gonna get off track. This is a dead end in the normal quest. There's a gate over here at the end. I guess here's the collectible. And yeah, and now the gate's open. And here we venture into a new part of this quest.
Wet footprints lead up.
Yeah, there's breakables everywhere in this quest, though. Probably wouldn't recommend going for all breakables unless you've got a party. You've got these levers, and sometimes this one's trapped. The one after is always trapped.
The path forward is blocked. You need to find another way to Hazardil's lair.
We're gonna end up eventually on the other side of those boxes. But for that, we're gonna have to go through this gate over here in Spider section.
Judging from the thick cobwebs in the hallway beyond, this gate was closed for good reason. The sounds of scurrying rats are gone now, replaced by an eerie silence.
Okay, somewhere in here there's a switch that we need to pull. And it's kind of tricky to find, but it's usually in these one of these 4 little rooms at the end. If you select next, all you do is you'll hit the webs. So it's hard to see where it is. And I wouldn't recommend rushing all these spiders unless you've got good AoE. Best if you walk into every one of these rooms and then you just select next if you can't see it. Got it. Yeah, now we have to do one on the other side also. Okay, and the way is open. Here you should have a underwater action. It's not critical. You can do this room without, but
Water below
strongly
looks
recommended.
uninviting, but it's the only way through.
You got somebody with evasion, they can go first and pull a switch that will turn off the traps.
Debris litters the water. The remnants of trash swept down into the sewers.
Oh, so you better have potions so you can heal yourself underwater if you don't. Okay, so now we're going to divide this into like quadrants of like 3/4, and I'm going to stick to this line over here. So the top, upper quarter. That'll give us the best chance of avoiding the trap. This isn't perfect, and if you are taking damage, you should stop and heal yourself up, not just rush it through. You can also just wait and be patient and time it, but for that you gotta have underwater action or you'll drown by the time you get to the end.
Blades are powerful enough to cut you to ribbons. You turn the rusted valve and shut down the blades in the drainage pipes.
Okay, so that turned off the blades, okay? But you gotta have strength to pull this lever. If you've got like a pure evasion rogue, you might not be able to pull it. Okay, now, these blades over here you can't turn off, but if you stick to the corner, the radius of the circle doesn't actually get all the way to the corner, so you can squeeze by. But they are very dangerous. Also, if you swim all the way to the bottom over here, there's always a potion that's left on the floor. And sometimes it's underwater action, water breathing. But it's just random potion. Also, these things obviously turn on only when you get close to them. Yeah, there we go. Finally, to get out of this pipe, this ladder, one of the worst ladders. But if you jump and you like your character lags or these things for a split second, you won't be able to get the ladder.
Water drips from your body as you climb out from the water.
Yeah, and now we're on the other side of those crates that we talked about before. And I'm all out of some of my clickies. Should have used the shrine. Oh well. Not gonna go back for it now. There's a dart trap in this hallway. So you might want to like stick to the wall to avoid getting hit. The trap box on the other side though. It is timeable though. There we go.
Air here smells fresh and clean. An entrance to the outdoors must be close.
Okay, to open up this door over here, again there's a lever behind the wall, but this is very nasty because there's two traps here. One when you just step in, and one when you pull the switch. This one's very easy to miss. You think you disabled it, then you pull the valve, and then you get sliced.
This must be how Hazardil moves his cargo, right under the nose of Harbor Master Zinn.
Okay, here we go. This is almost the end of the quest. This is over here will be one of those locations where you might find the notes, and you're gonna find more Aurum agents. You've got this room. You can either pull a lever or touch the door itself. The whole thing's full of explosives.
This room is filled with stolen explosives. Each barrel is marked Sharpwood Construction.
Having Sonic makes this thing much faster. I mean, if you're doing it with melee, you're gonna blow yourself up. And if you're doing it with ranged, where you can still have to hit 1-1, each barrel you'll have to shoot with its own arrow. Yeah, don't remind me. You know what? I have actually a clip of me doing this. One of my first times. Yeah, I'll put it at the end of the video. Yes, I know. It was actually my first past life, my first iteration. I was a fighter, a Kinsey fighter, who used bow. Oh well. Yeah, so here's Hideout. This door can either be broken, you gotta have good strength, or blasted if you got fire. But you can't pick it. Sadly.
See a tattered sheet of documents.
Yeah, so the documents, as you heard, happen to be in this room, in this particular instance. They could have been in the room with all the explosives, or in the room that was the beginning of the quest. This is also an optional room. There's no oral agent in here, but you do have a chance to be, well, if you can, there's a chest in here, if you can pick it. Yeah, it's locked. Okay, here's a Hideout. Make sure you've got acid resistance on, fire resistance on, shield. Basically, get all your resistance up, because this end fight is trouble. It's a very long quest, and it's very easy to wipe right at the end. You can either climb up the ladder here, and you'll end up right on the porch, or you can climb up the boxes, and that way you can jump into the main floor and be prepared. Yeah, there's two guys over here are stealth. You can just see their outlines. Whoops. Overjumped that. Once I've activated them, you can drag them out if you want. Go for Hideout first. This club has an effect that can make you dance. I believe it's got irresistible dancing on it. I don't know where I'm taking this from, but that's what I remember.
Agents of the Aurum are like the heads of a hydra. Kill one and two more appear in its place.
Picking up the item in this chest will finish the quest.
Turn this book to Bordry. Perhaps he can shed some light on its contents.
Yeah, and I totally forgot to pick up the documents. Where were the documents again? All right, they're down the room over here. Yeah, sorry, I got distracted.
These documents are torn and dirty, but salvageable.
Yeah, sorry about that. That was unintentional. Okay, so yeah, there we go. Got our conquest. Got our traps. Got our Vandal bonus, 251 breakables. Probably the Ransack bonus. Okay, well, finishing this quest, go back to our quest giver. sorry. We need to first go talk to Budry. Then we talk to him. Budry, whatever his name is. We're gonna talk about Twilight Forge. You don't want to restart the other chain. Okay, now we're done with that. Go back to the tavern and talk to the guy next to the bar. Okay, and doing this automatically flags us to access to the Restless Isles. Now you could have actually accessed the Restless Isles before if you had you have access to an airship, because that's one of the stops. You can get off the Restless Isles, or you can actually also use teleport to get one of the locations on the Restless Isles. I mean, greater teleport. But yeah, if you walk across the marketplace and go all the way to the end, and at the end of the marketplace, we'll find the teleporter who sends you to the Restless Isles, right behind the auctioneer. So yeah, Restless Isles. Ooh, don't fall off, you can die. Yeah, that's it. We're done. Yeah, so here we go. This is my first character, my first version, my first TR. I was a pure fighter, and I was what's it called, using a bow and arrow. It's me and all the other guys. Two of my friends playing with their alt accounts. Here I'm in this quest with my good buddy Eshel, and he's giving me his bar buffs. And I'm looking for potential places with traps. This is right after the shrine. I don't think that showed up in our version of the quest. Yeah, this is the one that also didn't show up before the spider section. Also, here's a little fun fact. When you come out of the water, the underwater tunnel, there's a valve over here and a gate. You can actually just walk straight through it. So if you're at the party, you can stand behind it and pretend like you got stuck. Yeah, as always, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and hope to see you in my next video. Bye.